Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, we're going to look at some other ways to utilize the drone concept. In the previous lessons that we've done, we've played single note melodies against an open string used as a drone. What I'd like to do in this lesson is talk about harmonized pairs of notes, because that's the next natural extension from playing single note melodies. It would be to play two-note harmonized melodies, still utilizing the drone. And as mentioned in lessons of the past, one of the things that happens when you play in this way is you emulate the sound of an open tuning by having a chordal sound so often in what you play, which is easy to do in an open tuning, harder to do in standard tuning. So this gives you a couple of different ways to accomplish that. And once you get used to that, then it doesn't matter. You could do it in any key, because you're in standard tuning. Whether you use an open string as a drone or you do your Jimi Hendrix approved, thumb over the top for a bass note and then come up with melodies. There's so many different ways to do it. So we're going to still use our open low E, and we're going to still use melodies based on E mixolydian. So let's play some mixolydian pairs on adjacent pairs of strings, and then I'll show you some melodic examples utilizing that low E drone with those harmonized pairs. All right, so here is E mixolydian just on the high E string, and then I'll show you as a harmonized pair. So what I can do is I'm going to play a third below on the B string, and what that means is if I have an E here, it's going to be 3 scale degrees lower within E mixolydian. Now hopefully that doesn't sound confusing. If I were to play E mixolydian in second position, here's my E note, 3 scale degrees down. It's really 2 down, but if we count this one, a third down from E is C sharp. So if we play the E note, in this case open on top, with the C sharp on the B, we get the harmony of a third. So if we're going to ascend, starting from the open E, to harmonize that below, we would start from the C sharp. Put that together, you get this. And now let's play that traversing the entire board. Now let's play a melody utilizing those pairs against the open low E drone. Puts you in the mind of the Beatles. So, and the interesting thing is you could think of either note as the melody. Or in all honesty, the higher note always sounds more like the harmony and not the melody. And then I went and underneath. All right, let's move this concept to the B and the G string. Very quickly, I'll play E mixolydian on each one of those strings. And here's our example of a harmonized melody on the G and B string with the open low E. So to reinforce the sound of E, I started with an E note and a G sharp, so it just sounds like E major. All right, now let's look at the E Mixolydian mode on the D and the A string. And let's play some melodies, thirds apart, on the A and the D string against that open low E. So what I did there was, again, I started with notes from the E triad to emphasize the relationship to E major. And, you know, just there's a natural tendency to try to do a theme and development, you know, bring that in. So try to do that as you create your improvised melodies in this way.